Have you ever thought of what it takes to be in the 1%? And what you have to do to get into the 1% club? Or maybe what percent am I actually in? Well, we're about to find out. I'm going to be diving into some interesting numbers. We'll be taking a closer look at the population, specifically the top 20%, 10%, 5%, and 1%. And even the top 0.1%. Because achieving these levels of wealth requires a combination of good income and high net worth. Let's begin with the top 20%. To be in the top 20% in America, you need to have a threshold net worth of around $558,000 and an income of $106,000 per year. Now, that's not an easy feat to achieve, but it is not impossible either. So the threshold to enter into the top 20% is about $558,000. That means there are far more homes clustered towards that lower end of the top 20% than there are at the upper end of that 20%. Now, keep in mind that with medians, they are the exact center point of a set of data. This means that some people in the top 20% have a net worth far greater than $608,000, while some have less. It's important to remember that America is a very large and diverse nation, and these numbers are more generalized as they attempt to capture the nation as a whole. If you isolate individual pockets of the nation, these numbers can vary greatly. For example, in Detroit, an income of just $71,000 would put you in the top 20%. While in San Francisco, you'd need to earn $239,000 per year to be in the exact same category. But here's an interesting fact. Over 50% of the nation's income is earned by households that have an income of $100,000 or more. That means that roughly 20% of our nation is earning about half of the country's income. However, it's crucial to keep in mind that the median household income in America is only about $65,700, and the median household net worth is about $121,000. To be in the top 20%, you need to have a household income of nearly double the American median and net worth of almost 4.5 times the typical American household. So making it into the top 20% is no feat. Sometimes though, we may look at these numbers and feel like they look a little low. We might see people driving luxury cars, living in big houses, and overall seemingly they're living a lavish lifestyle, but it's essential to keep in mind that 77% of Americans have some sort of debt. 47% carry credit card debt, 62% have mortgage debt, 44% have an auto loan, and 27% lease their vehicles, which is a total waste of money. Now, because people around you may look wealthy, it doesn't mean that they are. I mean, I've lived in the same house for 22 years because I avoided keeping up with the Joneses. Yes, I own a couple of toys like exotic cars and whatnot, but that's because I have all my other stuff paid off and I'm heavy into real estate. So these are my little things that I enjoy mostly that I can afford that don't really cost me much. My main cars that I drive are pretty much paid off zero. I own nothing on them. And again, when you're at a level of 1%, you can start buying little toys here and there that don't really cost you that much money. Now, some people tend to overspend and heavily finance their lifestyle, which could lead to trouble down the line. That's why I always encourage people to keep an eye on their credit score and take corrective measures as needed. But if you want to be in the top 10%, it takes more than just being careful about your credit score. You need to have a net worth of $1.2 million and an annual household income of about $173,000. Being in the top 10% means you've reached millionaire status, and that's something to be proud of. In fact, over 15 millionaire households exist in America, which makes up roughly 11% of the population. And if you want to join them, you need to look at what they're doing. they leave clues. See, the IRS reports that typical millionaires have 7 streams of income, including earned income, dividend income, capital gains, interest income, rental income, businesses, royalties. And again, I'm a huge advocate of having multiple streams of income because it's a great way to boost your annual income and reduce your dependence on any one source of income. But your investments are not just about making money now. They can be your main source of income during retirement years. Now, it's important to talk to your accountant about how your investments can affect your taxes, but don't let that stop you from making smart decisions and choices. In fact, becoming a business owner can be a great way to increase your income and build wealth. Thanks to the internet, starting a business has never been easier, and you don't need a lot of money or even a lot of time to get started. You can keep your day job and work on your business as a side hustles, as I have, and if you really want to build serious wealth, aim to be in the top 5%. Now, to reach this level, you need a net worth of about $2.6 million and an annual income of $343,000. It may seem a lot, but bigger you shovel, the more you can accomplish. Now, with a higher income, you can cover your living expenses with a smaller percentage of your income. Now, it's important to keep a close eye on your spending habits. It's easy to let your lifestyle inflate along with your income, but that can lead to financial trouble down the road. Look, those athletes and actors that you hear about going broke, like Nicolas Cage and a lot of other people, they fall victim to lifestyle creep. It doesn't matter how much you make, it's all about how much you save. That's why aiming for a net worth of $2.5 million is a realistic goal for many households. If you invest regularly, start early, and keep spending in check, there's no reason why you can't achieve this by the time you retire. Keep in mind that to be in the top 1%, you need a net worth of about $11 million and annual income of $824,000. Those are some big numbers, but with diligence, smart money habits, you can get there also. Now, going from the top 10% to the top 1% is a tremendous jump. But it's not impossible. Financial freedom means that you don't have to worry about money. Now, you can live your life on your own terms, make choices based on what you want, not what you can afford. Now, the numbers to achieve financial freedom is different for everyone. For most people, it's not 11 million, like for the ultra wealthy, but when you have a network of 11 million and an annual income of 800,000, you have a lot of options. Your financial choices don't really move the needle that much, and spending a little more or less won't make a big difference. And if you find ways to boost your income by 50,000 or more to 12 million, it's not really going to impact your life at all. I mean, the life that the ultra wealthy 1% can afford is unimaginable for most of us. As of 2021, the top 1% control $36 trillion of wealth, which is more than the entire middle class of America. And a fun fact, that 92% of the top 1% live in homes valued over $800,000 and are mostly found living in San Francisco, Washington, D.C., L.A., New York, and New Jersey. They are 10 more times more likely to travel internationally than the average American, but only 2 times as likely to own a luxury vehicle. Now, to be in the top 0.1%, you need a net worth of over $43 million and an annual income of $3.2 million. That's a lot of money. And in fact, if you make that much, you're making around $8,800 a day, which is more than what most people make in a month. And to put it into perspective, that's roughly $500 an hour. And it's hard to imagine living on that kind of lifestyle. But the truth is, the top tier of our nation holds massive amounts of wealth. And if you ever find yourself in that position, remember to use your resources wisely and always give back to those who are less fortunate. It's important to keep things in perspective in life and never forget where you came from. What do you think about the top 20%, 10%, 5%, or even the top 0.1%? Let me know your comments down below. And when you have some time, watch this next video about credit score.